Hey, what's up, everybody? Once again, my name is DJ, doing what I do, sitting back here, chilling, and I'm checking out these videos, and I do have another disturbing video that I want to share with you. A guy was actually fatally stabbed in New York City, and it was over something as simple as somebody not saying thank you when they opened the door for the other person. So I'm gonna show the video, and I have a lot of things to talk about on this one, a whole lot of things. So let's first show the footage.
Lucia Canella overcometh emotion late Wednesday after she says her 37-year-old son was stabbed to death outside this Gowanus smoke shop. A deadly encounter that a witness says began after the victim held the door open for his alleged attacker, but never got a thank you. The suspect responding with, "I never asked you to open it."
He do something nice for you, you can say at least thank you. That's the only he asked you. Say thank you. He didn't say nothing more, but it's coming a fight. And he lost. Now I don't have my only son.
Surveillance video from inside the store shows the wild brawl. That's the victim in white, identified by friends and family as Jay Nunez. He and the suspect exchange blows, even continue fighting outside. We're pausing the video the moment he's stabbed.
All right, before we go any further, man, let me say that, I personally, when anybody loses their life, it's sad. And especially when it's something as silly as this. You got your mother, your friends, they're sitting back in the morning. So my heart goes out to the family and friends to this. There's some things, however, I want to discuss. One, I want to discuss the way it was reported on the news. And two, I want to go over, the actual footage, piece by piece. And then three, tell you how you can avoid shit like this happening, to you. You can avoid being in those situations, okay? So let's first go over the footage, piece by piece. Okay, so this is, let me see something. Let me see if I can rewind this back a little bit. So, okay, so right here, now mind you, the door is right here, okay? So the guy in the white shirt has opened the door for the guy in the black, and they ended up all the way in here in the store, okay? Which means the guy in the white then followed the guy in the black all the way here to the end of the store to get his thank you. So he's pissed. He's pissed. He feels disrespected that the guy didn't say thank you, okay? Now, the guy has something in his hand right here, but after listening to the witnesses and the footage, I don't think this is the actual knife. I don't know what it is. It looks like a knife, but I don't think this is the actual knife, because if it was a knife, he would have got stabbed right here. But he didn't get stabbed right here. He got stabbed when he went outside. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the gestures that the guy is making, okay? So just watch his body language. Okay? They fussing. Now, you see how this guy's standing up with his hand. You can't really see it, right? You're going to see it again. He's going to do it again. I'm going to show you, okay? They fussing, blah, 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 blah. It's elevating. You can see their body language is kind of elevating a little bit, okay? All right, see, he does it again. I'm going to tell y'all something, okay? Now, some of y'all don't know this, okay? But you got to pay attention to the body language that happens out here in the street, okay? When somebody is like putting their hands up like that and their chest goes out, their hands is out and their chest goes out, no, they are doing a couple of things. First of all, they daring you, okay? They're bullying you, and sometimes it's even a threat. He pretty much saying, man, you ain't gonna do nothing. What you gonna do? Okay, they start hitting their chest. What? Pretty much they put their hands up in the air like they're a big target. They pretty much daring them. Okay, so we can call that dare number one. Okay, that was dare number one. And like I said, some people take that as being a threat, and I'll talk about that in a second. That's dare number one. Let's go to dare number two. See how his hands up? Okay, boom. So that's dare number two. Now you see how he leaned over on the counter. His hands is crossed, his feet is crossed. That's dare number two. He in the middle of the argument, and he's saying, man, look, you're not going to do nothing. What you going to do? All right? What you going to do? Okay, that's a dare. That's dare number two. So he dared him the first time. He dared him the second time. Okay? Like I said, some people even deem that as a threat. Boom, 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 boom. They arguing. All right. Now, I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but he started talking with his hands. Normally, when somebody starts talking to their hand with their hands like that, that's a problem because somebody about to get hit. Anytime somebody talking to you and they start like doing this in their hands and all this stuff with their hands, that's not good. You want to get your space at that point, but we'll go over that later. We're talking about that later. All right, here you go. Now, that's dare number three, okay? If not four. You see how he put his hands in his pocket? But look how his head is. He's leaning over into his space, okay? When you out there in that type of, in certain environments, and somebody gets to leaning over, like, you know, into your space, put their hands behind their back or in their pockets, that's a dare. That's a dare. That's a dare and a threat. Now, a lot of people say, well, at this point, why doesn't the guy in the black just walk away? Okay, well, he has some options. The guy in the black has some options, but walking away is not one of them at this point. The guy in the white, he's pissed. As a matter of fact, if this guy in the black turns around, it's a good chance that the guy in the white's going to clock him, okay? And the guy in the black knows this. So walking away at this point is not an option. Now, he could say, my bad, man, you're right. I should have said thank you. He could have gave him that. But he chose not to. So now the guy is what we call posturing. He's threatening him, okay? Or at least the guy in the black feels that he's threatening him. But he's definitely daring him to do something. Okay, so now the guy pushes him back, and the fight is on. I swear I cannot tell what is in that guy's hand once he pushes him back. Let me see. It looked like that's the knife in his hand, but apparently it wasn't because he didn't stab him until he got outside. I don't know. You know, that's interesting. You know, but anyway, the fight is on, okay? Now, let's go back to the news footage because there's some things that I want you guys to see, you know, when we watch the news footage.
Ken, we actually just got new details from the employee who was here when everything was happening. He tells me this all started when the victim and the suspect.
Okay, it starts right here. You see what she said? She said all starts when the victim and the suspect, okay? The victim. You see what she said, right? Listen to this.
We're walking into the store together. The employee says the victim held the door.
The victim. That's the second time she said the word victim.
Door open for the suspect, and the suspect did not thank him. And the victim asked, are you going to thank me? I held the door open for you. And that is when this argument kind of started. Now,
she called him victim 3 times.
I want to get to some video that was shot last night shortly.
So, okay, she called him a victim 3 times. Okay, 3 times she called him a victim. All right. Now, let's go to the interview for the witness that actually saw it.
They started arguing about that. Then it started getting physical. Then the victim dragged the...
He even said victim. Then I'm going to tell you something. Regular people don't usually talk like that. Regular people don't be saying like the victim, the perpetrator, the suspect, unless they were coerced, okay? He would probably say, he wouldn't have said the victim. But anyway, let's see what he got to say.
Then the victim dragged the other guy inside the store.
The victim dragged the guy inside the store.
And then he dragged him outside.
The victim dragged the guy outside the store.
And then he got the knife in his hand. The other guy that stabbed him tried to take off on the bike, and the victim won't let him go.
The other guy who had the knife tried to take off on his bike, and the victim wouldn't let him go. The victim wouldn't let him go. I'm going to say it 3 times. The victim. Why are they calling this guy the victim? This guy, according to the witness, he opened the door for him. The guy didn't say thank you. He got pissed. He drugged him in the store. I don't probably think he drugged him because the guy wasn't on the ground. He probably pushed him inside the store or whatever, but he said he drugged him, okay? They got to arguing. He drugged him out the store, and the guy was trying to leave, and he wouldn't let him leave, and then he got stabbed. Doesn't sound like a victim to me. I'm not a lawyer, and like I said, I feel sorry for all the family and everything, but if you listen to what happened, he doesn't sound like a victim.
All that happens is one stab on the chest.
Let me tell y'all something real quick, okay? The reason why I'm doing this channel is I give you guys videos, and I hope that you can learn something from those videos that may save your life one day. Maybe it's a technique that I explain. Maybe it's a strategy, a principle, something that I go over that may save your life one day. Okay. So I want you to subscribe. I want you to like, the videos if you think this stuff is constructive for you. However, there's something else that I want to talk about. I want to make sure that you guys get this information. Okay. So how could this been avoided? Okay. Well, we already know, number one, if you hold a door for somebody and a person don't say thank you, then the person just don't say thank you, okay? That's no reason to get into an altercation, okay? And if somebody holds the door open for you and they ask you to say thank you, just say thank you, okay? We know that. At least everybody watching this channel, y'all already know that. But there's something else. There's another level that I want to talk to you guys about that people don't think about. You don't know where a person is in their life, in their day. You just don't know when a person is ready to snap. You don't know. Maybe that person just got out of a funeral, went to a funeral that day. Maybe the person just lost their job. Maybe they had a big fight with their significant other, their wife or their husband. And they are just a snap away from just going apeshit. You just don't know. So this guy in the white shirt, he opened the door for the guy, and the guy didn't say thank you. Now, any rational person would have just been like, okay, fine, no problem. But apparently, this guy in the white shirt had had enough. Now, they talk about this guy, and they say that he was homeless. He was in a shelter. Right there, you already know he got some issues. Okay, he had some issues, and he was just one bad thing away from snapping, and that one thing for him was holding the door open for somebody and that person not saying thank you. And then there's the other person. You just don't know what a person is going through. This person is going into the smoke shop. Well, he's going into the smoke shop already, so he probably, let me get me a smoke, relax, you know, and this dude holds the door open for him. He don't say nothing. And the dude says, man, you ain't going to say thank you? And he like, no, I'm not going to say thank you. You know, you don't know what he was going through that day. You don't know what happened in his everyday travels. You don't know if he is at that point where he's about to snap. You never know when a person is about to snap. So what I want you to take away from this is you'll be better off just assuming that everybody you meet is about to snap. And don't push them. As a matter of fact, I got a chapter in my book. But I got a chapter 14 is right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's treat everybody like Mike Tyson. And I wrote that chapter because let's say the guy in the white shirt, he's pissed. He's had a bad day. And he opens the door, and let's say I had to be Mike Tyson that walked in. And Mike Tyson didn't say thank you. Well, he probably wouldn't have said nothing. But if he said anything, he'd be like, Mike, you ain't going to say thank you? And Mike said, no, I ain't going to say thank you. You know, I ain't asked you to open the door. He'd be like, oh, that's fucked up, Mike. And then he would just went on about his business, and he told all his friends, yeah, I met Mike Tyson today. He's an asshole. He didn't say thank you, you know, for me opening the door. But he'll be talking about it because he wouldn't have probably went back in there and picked the fight with Mike Tyson. Let's suppose Mike Tyson would be the guy in the white, and he opened the door for the other guy. The guy pissed off. He ain't say thank you. And Mike Tyson said, hey, man, you ain't going to say thank you? He probably would say, oh, my bad, Mike. My bad, man. I wasn't even thinking about it. Thank you. Because it was Mike Tyson. He knew he probably would have had an ass whipping coming if, you know, if he didn't say thank you. But you should treat everybody like they Mike Tyson. You should treat everybody like that because you just don't know. You just don't know what somebody's going through. So, I'm sad the guy, you know, got stabbed. I don't think the other guy was self-defense to me. The guy was challenging him, and the guy decided to defend himself, and the method he decided to defend himself with was a knife. And the guy in the white was bigger than him. That all being said, I just want you guys to, you know, walking around in your everyday life, just know that people, you know, you just never know when somebody is at that end. And it is best to assume that they are. All right, man. Like I said, man, like, comment, subscribe, man. If you're getting something out of these videos, let me know. That way I can keep on doing them. And, you know, y'all stay tuned because another video coming out tomorrow. All right? Peace.